Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Your boy Savage, aka Sev Cisneros. You tuning in to Sev Lokes Hood Tales. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Before I start this video, I want to make it clear I am no way, form promoting the gang culture to anyone. I'm just telling a testimony, and in my experiences, maybe I definitely can open people's eyes up to little things that they might not know about, and somebody might be going down a wrong road, and my experiences might click in their mind like I don't want to go down that road. So that's what it is. Let's get to this video. And in this video, it's a two-part video, two requests in one. And it comes from the comment section. Hey. Comes from the comment section. So I appreciate the interactions and the requested videos. And if you guys, anybody else has requested videos, make sure you put it in the comment section. I'm going to touch basis on what you asked. So the first video, it comes from Dominic V. Hill. And I want to give a big shout out to you, bro. You tuned in that other channel I have, Sev Lokes Hood Tales, and you flooded over here. And I'm trying to get the message, like I got the message to you, to everybody that we're doing the content over here now. So mile high salute to you. And you had a couple questions. You wanted to know about the Barnum area, and you wanted to know about the KOD foods and the tagging crews. So let's answer a couple different aspects. So the Barnum area pretty much is the Mile High Stadium is in the middle of downtown, not downtown Denver, but it's in it's the downtown area. Once you come off the highway, you're going to see the Mile High Stadium. So the Barnum area, if you take Federal, and Federal runs south and north, you take Federal south and go all the way to Federal and First and take that right on First, and you go a couple more blocks, that's the Barnum area. And that Barnum area pretty much is, it's a territory of West Side gangs, West Side hoods. And you have a couple different neighborhoods over there. You had, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up, you had the G's and you had a lot of Bloods. And now there's a lot of Bloods over there, It's crazy because I've always called myself, like, growing up, and just my family members or people around me will relocate over to the West Side, and us being who we were always getting into it with different West Side gangs, just because we're from the East Side, and it didn't matter where we went. You were always going to have them West Side gangs at the schools, my schools, Jefferson High School and Denver Street School West. You might have in Jefferson High School 1,000 students, and everybody's from the West Side. And there might be like 3 fools from the East Side, 3 fools from the North, and you might have somebody that's affiliated. Their family's affiliated with the Crips, but everybody else was Bloods and G's. And at them schools, you always was getting in fights. You always was banging with fools. And where my mom moved, far west, even in Lakewood, they were influenced by the West Side gangs and the West Side politicking. So we was always fighting. When I got out on parole, I paroled to the Westwoods. And over there, nothing but West Side gangs. And my circle that I used to be around me all the time, we was always fighting in the Westwoods. And that's so on and so on. And Barnum is the same way. It's Southwest, but it's predominantly West Side hoods, GKIs, Bloods, and the biggest neighborhood over there is probably the Bloods. The organization is the Bloods. But to be truthful, I really didn't kick in the Barnum area too tough. I really didn't get into it a lot in the Barnum area because I was never really over there too much. Like, I didn't spend a lot of time over there. But when I did get out on parole, I was living in the Westwoods by the Westwood Projects, and my homie, he paroled over there to the Barnum area by like First and Knox. And I didn't have a car at this time, so I would always, be on foot. And every time that you be on foot over there, you always would see fools, from the West. And the homie actually had a barbershop over there in that area, and he was a GKI. So we would go get our haircuts, but all around there, you would always see the Bloods. And I used to be on foot at this time, and walking over there, it would always be somebody, you know what I'm saying, from the west side of Denver, and them fools, they get to politic and impress a line, so we would always fight. Well, this one time, we go to the Bubbachinos, and a Bubbachinos is like this, this Mexican restaurant out here in Denver. The one that's well known as Chubby's, but this Bubbachinos on like sixth and pretty much, I don't know, 6th, 5th, you know what I'm saying, and Federal, and then we get to walking back to the homie's house by First and Knox. Well, when we're walking, we're getting over there to First and Knox, we're about to cross the street, and we get to that 7-Eleven that's on the right side. I remember this Monte Carlo, a black Monte Carlo, and it's about 7 o'clock at night, summer night. We're walking, this Monte Carlo sees us, and like I said, at this time, our fits used to be gang related. Blue ragged up, blue Dickie suits, blue chucks, blue hats, everything blue. If I had the pistol, I had the pistol, but this night I did not have the pistol. And we're walking, I seen the Monte Carlo, and out the right side window, some fool bangs, like boom, 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 he bangs on us. And I kind of look, and the homie gets to mugging, the homie that I'm with, he gets to mugging, and these fools go across Knox, the next street over, they take a right. And out here, you ain't, probably you out of 10 times, you might get one time that fools pull up and fade you out. But that key, you already know fools are going to come back, probably most likely, and bust on you. So we walk up the block, and the next block, there's actually this gate, and there's a garage. And me and the homie, we go in, and we go into this like garage, the side of the garage, and there's a back to this backyard. While these fools, that same Monte Carlo comes, they take a right, and you just start hearing these fools get off. Boom, 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 boom. They let off like 10 rounds at that house. That's messed up because the people don't even know that pretty much what's going on in the house, and then after that they sped off, and you started hearing about 5 minutes later cops start coming. So we dip out, boom, boom, we dip out to the homies. He's living over there a couple blocks off of First and Knox. That was one situation that happened over there one time. So going a couple streets over, and it's crazy, bro, because streets will separate a different neighborhood out here. Going towards Alameda on Knox and Alameda, there's a Conoco right there, and that's kind of where I used to live. So it was not even a long, far walk to the homie's house. But I was living over there in the Westwoods, and that Conoco used to be the Conoco we would always go get our gas from. And there's a liquor store right there too. All my Denver foods that are from the Denver Metro know exactly what Conoco I'm going to. I'm talking about. And then there's a Mikado. Well, we lived going down Morrison. We lived on that next street over, and it was down the street. Boom. And one night we're partying, right? And we're drinking. And it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. And the homie, one of my little homies that's with me, and his girl and my wife, they want to go get some food off the late night tip. While the only store that's really open at later is the Conoco. So we decide to get on foot. We walk. When we get to that Conoco, the homie goes in, and he goes into the Conoco. I go to the side, and I remember like a light blue Esky pulls up. They come in, and then some dude hops out. Well, the homie, he's already turned up, so I think they get into it in the Conoco, and they come outside, and they square up with each other. I come outside from the side of the Conoco, and they start banging. Boom, boom. My homie drops him, and then my homie hooks him on the ground, and he's over top of him, while his girl from the Esky comes out with a baseball bat, and she starts trying to hit my homie. So I run up and I push her, and I take the bat from her. All of a sudden, another fool runs up from the Esky, his homie or whatever, and I kind of turned around, and as soon as I turned around, I caught this fool, boom, and he must have been drunk because that fool just buckled, and he got knocked out. So then the Conoco dude, he comes out, starts hollering. I said, hurry up. I told the homie, hurry up, my wife, and we start running. And we're running down the back street, and they picked their homie up, and they try to come down the block, bro. And them fools came down the block, and I had this brick, and I threw it right through the window. Boom. I don't know if they thought we shot their car windows out, but they take off. And really, honestly, bro, that's probably, a situation closer to the Barnum. But like I said, I didn't really spend too much time. A lot of tagging crews over there. You had Dub K fools, you had EMS fools, you had I remember some other fools, KOD, but I didn't even know they was Crips. You said that they were Crips, you know what I'm saying? You had C-dubs over there. Like, there was a lot of tagging crews, and the taggers used to beef with each other. The EMS fools and the Dub K fools used to always get at each other. They used to be tripping, like gangbanging. But yeah, so that's crazy, man. I hope I answered a couple of questions. I hope I, did a good video for you. Let's get to the next request. It's from the homie Jamie G. Big shout out to you too, bro. You've been, on my video showing support, and you were asking about East Side Crips and pretty much a specific hood day. Now, when it comes to different hoods, bro, fools do their hood days in different ways. Some fools, they'll do once a year hood days where the whole hood comes together. But there's not really, every hood has a different day that they do their hood day on, bro. It's not a specific day that all East Side Crips just come together or all West Side Crips come together. It's always lined up on a day that kind of resembles your neighborhood. Like, we used to have hood day every month, not just one time a year. And then there was a Brick City reunion. But, you have different neighborhoods that, do it once a year. And it's mandatory that the whole neighborhood actually comes together for that once a year. And if you don't come together, there's going to be consequences, because that's a day that you come cherish your neighborhood. You come pay homage to the OG homies. And, it's set like that. When I got older, in recent years, when we were doing our hood days, we made it mandatory every month on the 27th of every month to do a hood day barbecue. We pull up to the hood, the East Side, go to the block with it. And it also got to a point, it didn't matter even if we pulled up to a restaurant together, the homies would come together, and function and pay homage to the turf. So, there's not a specific day that everybody just comes and pretty much, you have to basically every year, it's just that day. It's like, whatever your neighborhood's hood day is, it's mandatory that the homies pull up, So yeah, that's what it's all about, man. I hope I answered your questions also. Mahai, salute to both of you guys. You know what it is. Let's go.